My name's Charlie McGrath. I'm the founder of WideAwakeNews.com and a host on the Rinse Radio Network. We need to take a lesson from this perfect storm that has just hit New York and the whole eastern seaboard, affecting 50 million plus people, because it was devastating. 85% of Atlantic City is underwater. 50 homes in Queens are burning right now. 7 million people are without electricity. A CBS News article released yesterday warns that people are going to be fighting in the streets for food and fuel. And we have gangs using Twitter to coordinate looting efforts in the area. We need to take a lesson from this perfect storm, because there's another perfect storm coming. A perfect financial storm that isn't going to affect 50 million people. It's going to affect 310 million people in the United States and billions around the planet. You see, the mainstream media, Washington, D.C., they were out front warning everybody about Hurricane Sandy. Most people were prepared in one form or another for this devastating perfect storm to hit. To the contrary, most people are going to be taken completely by surprise when the financial perfect storm hits this planet. Look, last month, job cut announcements were the highest level since 2010. Dow Chemical, 2,400 jobs. Colgate-Palmolive, 2,300 jobs. DuPont, 1,500 jobs. Ford, 6,500 cuts announced. HP, 29,000 jobs are going to be eliminated. Sharp Electronics, 15,000 jobs. And Siemens AG, 10,000 jobs. These are the biggest announcement of cuts since the beginning of 2010. We're supposed to be on the road to recovery. The only thing we've done over the last 4 years is paper over the pain and the suffering so that we could transfer a bunch of fraudulent failure onto the backs of the people of the world, knowing full well that at a point in the not too distant future, this whole thing was going to come apart. Look at Europe right now. Europe is in turmoil. The EU is fracturing every single day deeper and deeper. Italy's on the brink. Spain's on the brink. France is on the verge of riots. Greece, once again, is back in the headlines. The facts are simple. We've transferred a bunch of failure from private individual banks that make up ownership of central banks around the world and put it onto the backs of the people of the world. The mainstream media, Washington, D.C., did everything to get you ready for Sandy, but they're not doing anything to get you ready for the global financial meltdown that is inevitable. It is incumbent upon you to be ready for what's coming. We see what can happen when a storm devastates a region for just a few days. What happens when an economic collapse devastates in the entire globe? We need to be ready and understand how we got here. Because if we understand how we got here, we will also understand that we cannot put our hopes on an individual or a party such as Mitt Romney and the Republicans or Barack Obama and the Democrats. Regardless of who gets into this office, this fiscal cliff is coming. Regardless of who gets into office, the sovereign debt time bomb is ticking, and it is going to go off, and there's nothing that anybody can do to stop it, short of corralling a bunch of central bankers, holding them responsible, wiping away the debt that they've issued to the people, and that isn't going to happen. They run the show. They dictate legislation. They dictate governance on this planet. We need to understand this. We need to wake up. We need to be prepared, because the next perfect storm that comes isn't going to be Hurricane Sandy or a like event. It is going to be a global hurricane, financial hurricane, that is going to leave a lot of people bewildered, confused, and not understanding how this could happen, and they not know about it. Stories are attached. That's all I got.